So I didn't even really want to do this video, but I just gotta be honest. I have an obligation of being truthful to all of you. And if you can't tell by the title, it's about to get real deep real quick. I caved in yet again after all this time of being celibate, no fap, all that. And I caved in after all this time. And well, before my mind starts going all over the place, let me just kind of reel myself back into reality here and keep this really structured. So, last night, for the first time in a very long time, I gave in to pornography yet again, and the PMO cycle all over again. And there's nobody to blame but myself. I take full responsibility for it, and I'm just going to be honest with all of you here. Honest before God, honest before you, and just keeping it real with everybody. I messed up, I slipped up, I done messed up. Now, like I said, there's no excuse for it. I'm holding myself accountable, I'm being honest, and that's that. There's no excuse. Now, for all you Christians out there that are immediately gonna misjudge me, call me a false prophet, false teacher, false this, false that, shut up, because I got a question for you. And it's relatable to this. My question for you is, what are you actually doing with your life? What are you doing when it comes to faith and works? What are you actually doing? Because if you're gonna misjudge me and misjudge many other men who are honestly trying to do something better with their lives, who are really trying to get out of this kind of cycle, who have fornicated, who are guilty of sexual immorality and want to actually make a change, but slip up. What are you actually doing? Because I guarantee any of you Christians out there that are misjudging men like us are just stuck inside the four walls of the church. I guarantee you're not actually outside of it, fulfilling the Great Commission and doing something about your faith. Because even though I admit that there's no excuse for what I did, I admit that I am fully responsible for myself. I take accountability for my actions. I'm out here trying to get the gospel across to witches. I'm trying to get the gospel across to people who completely reject God. I try to get the gospel out there to atheists. I try to have genuine conversations with people about Jesus and point them to him. I don't want recognition. Now, it might seem a little backwards because I have a YouTube channel, but if you go in what my channel's about, it's to point you to Jesus. Nothing about me. I'm not special. I can't tell you how many times through this channel I've said, I'm not special. I am a human being, a flawed human being, just like everybody else. And again, I just want to point people to Jesus, not to me. Now, not only am I doing that, but I try to help out the homeless. I try to just be out in the world like Jesus commanded us to do and not be stuck inside the four walls of the church. So again, if you're a Christian and you want to misjudge me and other men that struggle with the same thing, what are you really doing? Really ask yourself that. Sorry, it's raining, so it's pretty loud now. So, again, what led up to this, regardless of there not being any excuse, there's no excuse for what I did, okay? I'm out in the world trying to get something done. I don't say that for any recognition towards me because It's not about me. It's about Jesus. And if you want to actually get the gospel across, get out of the church and actually do something in the world to represent Jesus. And you'll see just how difficult it really is to not slip up or anything like that. So again, I can't stress it enough. Like, I want to be outside of the four walls. And when you do that, you become vulnerable. You are a sheep among wolves. And as being a flawed human being, it's inevitable that I'm going to make mistakes. But again, there's no excuse. There's balance here. And I had an encounter with the devil last night in a way that I haven't had in a very long time. And I'm going to explain that to you. If you're an atheist, you don't believe, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say, because you're not going to understand a single thing that I'm about to say. You're not going to understand anything I'm telling you. You're going to mock. You're going to think I'm crazy, this and that. So just get out of here. So what happened was, this encounter with Satan went exactly like this. It seemed so real that I really forgot that I was having a vision here. It was that real. What happened was, I was in a very ancient chamber, and I was on a golden throne, and there was this group of women just lined up in front of me, and they were all naked. All right? As much as I don't really want to share the details, I'm just being honest. They were all lined up in front of me. They were naked. And this voice spoke to me, clear as day, word for word, quote, "Oh, I hate it so bad. I hate this so much." But again, I'm just being honest. He said, "I will have women lined up at your feet, and they will think of you as a god." And I knew immediately that was Satan's voice, and I snapped out of it, and I began to fight back in prayer. I was resisting him, but like the urges were just so overwhelming that I eventually gave in, watched pornography, and you can pretty much think of everything else that happened afterward. And I did not sleep much last night at all. I've been struggling at work all day. I just got off, and I just could not keep that from everybody. For the few subscribers I have now, people keeping up with the channel at all, I mean, I feel like I let you down. Essentially, I did. I let God down. I let myself down. And just like I said, I didn't even want to make this video. I've been debating all day back and forth if I even wanted to continue doing YouTube, because, well, what kind of example am I now after doing that? I couldn't stay the course. I couldn't do my part in resisting it, and here we are. So, I don't know what's going to happen from now on. I don't know if after this I'll continue YouTube. God willing, I will. I just gotta fight back, get back up on my feet, because there's really nothing else you can do. When you fall into that again, there's no special technique, none of that. You just gotta either get back up or you don't. And by the grace of God, I want to choose to get back up on my feet, move forward, and hopefully inspire somebody making this video, because even the so-called strongest ones of us need correction. We need discipline. We need God's guidance and prayer. If you could, please pray for me. Pray that I stay out of the cycle, that I don't fall in it again, that I can continue pleasing and honoring God by not doing that, and just be an example. That's the main focus here. God bless you. Take care. Don't do what I did. Look to Jesus. Don't look to me. I just want to point you to him. And that's that. So, yeah.